storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.
For everyone that is dealing with mental health issues, could be depression, schizophrenia,
anxiety, bipolar.
Is this a spiritual issue, or is it chemical, or is it a mixture of both?
A mixture of both. Let me tell you my opinion, because I'm sober. I mean, I haven't smoked dope or had a drink in almost 36 years. But when I was younger, I did a lot of self-medicating and partying and everything. I wouldn't touch pot today for the life of me for the amount of THC that they're legalizing. A friend of mine's roommate had a psychotic break smoking dope about 3 weeks ago because it's so strong. There is bipolar, there is biochemical imbalance, there is a lack of norepinephrine or serotonin or dopamine in our bodies, yes. Part of it's biochemical, part of it's hereditary, part of it is we inherit the alcoholic gene, for lack of a better term, and a lot of people don't understand that the term alcoholism can include any form of addiction, whether it's alcohol, drugs, food, shopping, money, sex, whatever, when you're fixed and obsessive and you can't get enough and you keep repeating and repeating and repeating. So it's not just, oh, he's not an alcoholic. No, I'll pick it up in a reading. He drinks. Yeah, he drinks, but he's not an alcoholic. I said, no, he is. You can be an alcoholic on one drink or a fifth of the bottle. It depends how your brain chemistry responds to the substance that will change the personality to maybe happy, glad, or sad, or aggressive versus belligerent versus peaceful. A social lubricant where it's more comfortable to socialize in a big crowd where your inhibitions are down because you're loaded. Versus a girl will call, well, I don't know what's wrong with him. I said, well, he's drinking a lot. No, he's not. He just has a beer or two at night. I said, really? How often? Oh, every night. Well, why does he need to drink every night? Well, because he had a hard day at work. No, because he's addicted to having no feelings, so he doesn't have to deal with everything at home. What do you mean? So the next layer comes, and the next layer. Then all of a sudden they understand, oh, maybe that's a problem. But people think problematic drinkers on the Skid Row level.
Right.
No.
It's very extreme.
That's the thought of what we think. Yes, that's the extreme, and they bottomed out. You got drug addicts at the hospitals. You got drug addict doctors who are taking their own medication out of the cabinets. You got drinkers. You got people shooting up. You got everything everywhere because we don't want to feel pain, right? When you learn spiritually to deal with the feeling, and you don't need to grab, I've always been the eater, so it'd be the sugar or a carb or processed foods when I was younger. Now my diet excludes dairy, flour, sugar. I haven't had flour and sugar products since 2013. Okay, so it balanced out my moods because I realized the insulin was being hit from the sugar and my moods were more moody. But once I got the food handle, I didn't need the antidepressant because I understood the balance was coming from insulin versus what we thought was depression. I had depression, yes, from the plane crash and 3 suicides in my family or my mom dying. I mean, yeah, it's normal. You feel horrible.
Yeah.
But I don't need help like that anymore. And I've worked on myself to not. People who smoke do not know that not only can you be addicted to the nicotine, but the filters are cured in sugar.
Oh, I did not know that.
So you're smoking and getting addicted to sugar besides the nicotine. So when a person quits smoking and they're eating, whether it's the pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, chocolate, people gain 50 pounds. Oh, your metabolism changed. That's true. The metabolism is sped up with the smoking because I was thin when I smoked. Then my metabolism changed, but I'd rather not smoke. But no one told me until, I don't know, several years ago, they cured the filters in sugar. So while you're withdrawing from nicotine, you're also dealing with a sugar addiction, but you don't know it.
So then you go right to food after.
Right, but the average person isn't taught that. So there's all these different ways. Now, those of your people who smoke, my pulmonary specialist, my mom died of lung cancer, but not from smoking, even though she had smoked 30 years prior. My aunt died of lung cancer from the smoking cell. There's different cells. My doctor said after 18 years of not smoking pot or cigarettes, tobacco, your lungs will heal as if you've never smoked. And now I'm on to 21 years. So my lungs are strong, especially during COVID. Thank God I haven't been sick.
Right.
But I'm strong because I take care of myself now. When I was young, I partied like everybody. Then one day you go, I can't keep doing this.
Yeah.
This is the only body we have. Going back to the beginning of the show, what's the soul? The body is the temple to the soul. The more self-destruction with drugs, alcohol, sleeping around, quick sex, depression, all this junk out there, we're hurting the temple.
Yeah. And we deal with the repercussions.
Absolutely. When you're hungover or the one-night stand or the broken heart, of course, it's life. I'm not saying what's right or wrong. I'm not judging. It's just you have a choice if you want to be depressed in the dark, not on path, not focus, or learn to know who you are, where you come from, deal with your family inheritance. Genetics plays a big part. My mom's dad, uncle, and brother all committed suicide. So we have the depressive gene in my family, and I inherited it. But I'm here. I didn't commit suicide. And yes, suicide victims do go to the light. They don't go to purgatory. That's a whole other show.
Yeah, because a lot of people are taught, hey, if they committed suicide, they're burning in hell.
No, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true at all. But it's all part of the soul. It's all part of the growth. It's all part of the temple. It's all part of food. And a lot of people can't understand that food affects moods. Sugar is a drug. Cornflakes, pasta, bread, cookies metabolizes in the blood as sugar.
Yep.
I'm at the point of so clean that if I eat tortilla chips at a Mexican restaurant, in 4 days I'm having an attack from the insulin because it metabolizes as a sugar. The corn has sugar, and it's almost like I had a sugar attack because I'm so cleaned out now. So I don't eat corn chips now. It's like, oh my God, what's left?
I know I get hit from the salt, so I'm salt sensitive.
Okay,
so as soon as I go to a place like that, I know right away.
It's sugar, flour, carbs rather, or the salt, and then so you got the sweet, the sour, the crunchy. And if you think about yogurt, ice cream, pudding, jello, it's soothing. I just want to feel good. Celery, carrots, chips. It's the anger. You want to get rid of the anger and anxiety. So pumpkin seeds, almonds, something crunchy. It's the anxiety. So we use the food to change how we feel.
We do.
It's all the same, whatever it is. If it's drugs, alcohol, food, you get the high on gambling, you get the low from losing. It's all the same stuff.
I just think that in life, and I guess we can leave it here. I just think that in life, people are searching for answers, and I think we all have to go on our own journey.
It's a storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.